nigga. Don't make me have to squeeze this motherfucking millimeter. I blast if I have to, nigga. Don't make me have to squeeze this motherfucking millimeter. I blast if I have to, nigga. Don't make me have to squeeze this motherfucking millimeter. I blast if I have to, nigga. Don't make me have to squeeze this motherfucking millimeter.
This important? I mean, he's got 2 years left on his contract. After discussions have led Zeke to believing that he was going to get a new contract, then it becomes more of a priority. Then it becomes more important. But Dallas does not have to sign Zeke to a contract extension. So in Zeke's world, it's very important. In Dallas's world, because Dak doesn't have a contract, Amari doesn't have a contract, I would say it's not the most important thing to them. So Zeke has the ability to be able to hold out. And that's what will make it a priority.
Chris Carter, the ex-Clown Hall of Fame wide receiver, coming out of his fucking mouth talking about Ezekiel Elliott doesn't deserve to get paid because they got 2 years left on that cheap-ass contract. Bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There is more than enough evidence that he outplayed that weak-ass, cheap-ass contract, bro. As a matter of fact, Ezekiel Elliott is the very reason. He's the very reason the Cowboys are even in the playoff hunt right now. As a matter of fact, he is the sole purpose of Dak getting 2 playoff wins under his belt. I mean, Dak was fizzling. He was fizzling with Dez Bryant. He couldn't even connect with Dez Bryant, man. I mean, him and Dez were having problems right out the gate. Zeke bailed him out, man. Yes, they got a great offensive line, but there were times when that offensive line wasn't always at full strength, but yet Zeke still carried the team. He carried that offense, man. Real talk. And I'm sick and tired of niggas not giving Zeke his props, man. For anybody to sit there and say that Zeke does not deserve his money out of Dak and Coop and himself, there is no question in my mind Zeke is the most important and most impactful person out of the 3. I mean, for anybody to sit there and make a foolish case for Dak being up there with Aaron Rodgers, get the fuck out of here, bro. I mean, Michael Gallup hasn't even sniffed the Pro Bowl yet. And as a matter of fact, I can't remember how many times Dez Bryant has sniffed the Pro Bowl with Dak at quarterback. But I know Dez Bryant's been a Pro Bowler around Romo, and Dak has yet to put any wide receiver in the Pro Bowl. But yet Zeke has been to a Pro Bowl, and as a matter of fact, he's probably the reason Dak himself is in the Pro Bowl conversation. So the most important player to me is none other than Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm gonna say this to Jerry Jones and stiff-ass Stephen Jones. Pay the man. He is, without Zeke, the Cowboys do not win that East. And they're probably gonna lose the East to the Eagles. More than likely. Because the Giants and Redskins, much as I love Dwayne Haskins, much as I love Saquon Barkley, they're both on a rebuild, okay? And that's just my honest opinion about that. So yes, out of the 3, you cannot put Dak up there with Zeke. I don't care what you say. I mean, yes, he overachieved in the 4th round, but Ezekiel Elliott, even without a full offensive line at his arsenal, he carried the Cowboys to 2 division titles. I say pay Zeke, because Zeke is going to go a long way along with that great offensive line. I can't even believe I'm saying this, man. So yeah, sorry, but you're wrong. You're wrong, Chris Carter. I'm paying Ezekiel Elliott every single time if I want a shot at that Super Bowl. Pay the fucking man and leave the man alone.
Michael Thomas, Skip, had 97 more catches than any other receiver on the Saints roster. And that was one of the reasons that they reached out to Dez Bryant, because they was trying to find someone else, especially after a couple of the receivers had gotten injured. He was 40-plus clear of Alvin Kamara, who had 81. Michael Thomas got 5 for $100 million, 61 guaranteed. Now Julio Jones out of the 8, who I believe is the best receiver in football. Now, the thing is, he has 2 years left, but he wants a big payday. And deservedly so, because I believe he's the best receiver in football. But Michael Thomas, Skip, a catch rate of 85%. That's the highest catch rate since 2001. So if you throw it in his vicinity, he coming down with the ball. Oh, man.
He came down with 4 for 36 against the Rams in that NFC Championship.
But Skip,
just for the record.
But here's the thing. And plus, what did they have? Now, remember, the first time that they played him, Akeem Talib didn't play. So that left Marcus Peters one-on-one with him. So now we get our full arsenal back so we can run a little bit more exotic coverages. He deserves this money. I mean, he's averaging 107 catches over his first 3 years. That blows everybody away. He deserves his money, Skip. He got played from happy for
I
it.
hate to say.
You're absolutely right, Shannon Sharp. Michael Thomas does set the bar for every other wide receiver, especially Julio Jones. But right now, I'm here to talk about Michael Thomas. Yes, he deserves that contract because 2 out of the 3 seasons he went over 100 catches. Over 100 catches. And even from last year, he had, 40 more. He had 40 plus more receptions than Alvin Kamara. So yeah, he's definitely putting his bid in as far as the best wide receiver in the game right now. I'm going to say, as of now, I'm putting him at the top of that position. You know, despite Odell and Antonio Brown still playing. Now, Odell and Antonio, they still in the top 5, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, man, I mean, nobody's rocking close to what Michael Thomas is putting up. When you got a quarterback like Breeze, I mean, you're bound to be a Pro Bowler. You're bound to be a star. And that's just a fact. Now, I mean, there was a debate about Michael Evans, being here and there, but I think he benefited off of Kelvin Benjamin being out of the division, not taking care of his body, and that's why he's elsewhere around the league. If he don't get his butt in shape, he might be out the damn league. Now, don't get me wrong, Mike Evans is a good wide receiver, but he's nowhere close to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is that guy in the South. Clearly the best receiver in the South, and yes, I'm going to say it right now, he is the best wide receiver in the league to me. Now, can Antonio Brown take that back? Yes, he can. Can Odell take it back? Yes, he can. But right now, it's hard to argue with the value of Michael Thomas. It just is. I mean, you cannot argue the fact that Michael Thomas had better numbers than everybody else this year and every other receiver this year. He did. So unless Julio Jones is going to top that, and he's in the running to take it back too, even though he could take it back from Michael Thomas if he wanted to, and things of that nature, but there is no debate. Michael Thomas deserved that $61 million guaranteed. He damn near helped put the Saints in the Super Bowl with his efforts, along with Kamara and their defense. Wow. I mean, he damn near carried that receiving core and put it on his back. Without the likes of without Dez Bryant, like Shannon said. They tried to grab up Dez Bryant, but he ended up getting hurt, and Michael Thomas still carried that receiving core. And funny thing is, he did it without the likes of, Willie Snead and them. Now, that's amazing to me. Yeah, and that's just it, man. You know, shout out to Michael Thomas. You know, shout out to his new, much love, and shout out to his new contract. He definitely deserved it. You know, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the Michael Thomas side, man. Shout out to Michael Thomas, you know, doing it big for his Saints. It's your motherfucking boy, Hitman's House. Report from Hitman's House. Hoping everybody enjoyed this video. Hitman out.